Hello. How are you? What a beautiful morning, huh? No. We're sliding into the, I guess the months that keep us here. Hi, how are you? Doing well, thank you. Thank you. You as well.
Nice. 3 days.
Hello, how are you? Oh. Donna, he needs the wall. So are you able to shift over a spot? Thank you. And then if everybody wants to grab a couple blocks. Awesome. Yay. I think I had, is that Winnie the Pooh? I had a blanket that looked just, we might still have it actually. But if you, sure it's not Winnie the Pooh?
Friends are forever.
Oh, it's got a bear. So mine was Winnie the Pooh, but it was exactly in that style. So that's awesome. Oh,
But it's like, he's on that part.
so there must be something going on energetically. So yeah, like as far as like mishaps like that. So yesterday I rarely, like I can't even tell you, like maybe twice a year, I hand wash some stuff.
Yeah.
So I was multitasking and our dog had gone for his annual checkup on Tuesday and got some shots and did not have a good reaction. So like I had that going on in my mind with like dealing with him. Anyway, I put a load of laundry in the washing machine and then I started filling the industrial sink and I forgot to turn the faucet off. And then I left the house for an hour and a half. Like an inch in the laundry room, went out to the hallway, the guest bathroom, into the carpet of the guest room, in my garage. It flowed at like,
What were you thinking?
I wasn't, clearly. No, I was thinking about obviously so much else. Well, I mean, the kids and I got home, it was when I picked them up from school and literally went into emergency mode of like, I have a push broom. So just pushed all the water into the garage and also into the shower of the bathroom. And hi, Joycey. But the carpet, I know, I had to check the baseboards. And so the carpet, it's kind of funny though, because the carpet in the guest room, I've been talking about getting like a laminate floor in there to make it, because we've been converting it. So I think I'm gonna get my laminate floor after all. Not the way I wanted to do it though, I know. But yeah, it was definitely a stressful moment. But you know, I honestly, like, that is the part I am so grateful for this yoga practice, because normally like those types of situations would have shut me down. You know, like, I can't get this to, I balanced this the other day. Maybe I did it with the big one.
Oh,
so it's, you know, and that is part of this practice that helps
I
us
know.
manage our reactions to everyday like experiences. And like my husband's trying to joke with me, you know, like about the whole situation. And I said, it's in the past. Yeah. There's nothing that we can do to change it. So just like that, it's in the past, it happened. And you know, we're so quick to put blame when
Yeah, right, right, the matter.
it doesn't in the end. Really, in the long run, it really doesn't matter. It happened. And we just have to manage our reaction to it and then.
But you accepted, blame on the.
Well, sure.
That's what
But again, it really doesn't matter. You know. Anyway, but I really am so grateful for the elements of this practice that help get me through stressful situations like that. Because I immediately take 3 deep breaths so I can think rationally on what to do. Yeah, but tough. I know it's tough, but we encounter them every day, or you know, maybe not every day, but we encounter stressful situations a lot. So to be able to manage through and be happy with our reactions to them.
be comfortable.
Yeah, be comfortable. That's a better word for sure. Hi, Rose.
Good morning.
How are you? No, you're not. No, we've still got actually 4 more minutes. So you are right on time. Oh, and I thought that we would do some stretches on our backs. So let me get the stretch bands. These are, come on in. I know. You got a longer one. And help yourself to blocks. You're welcome. Hopefully this is the start of this beautiful weather, right?
Yes.
Have the humidity be,
Finally.
we know you're welcome. Yeah. Julia. How are you?
I must spend a water day yesterday. I went to come to class and I walked out the garage to get my bike and my hot water heater was spewing hot water everywhere.
Yeah, it was that. I think there was something a little strong.
You want to come in?
This is an extra. This is
Oh,
the big match. It's okay.
Why you cutting my
This one's hanging off by itself.
She didn't have the medicine deal. Yeah. Right. Sure. No, wait, yeah, there you go. Take your breaths.
If anybody's joining us online, I don't know if it's caught on yet that we're zooming this class or just our friends.
Anybody last week?
I don't think so.
Last week was Thanksgiving.
Oh, right. So no, definitely not last week.
Maybe the day after.
So how is everyone feeling this morning? Good.
Good.
Helps when we have some fresh air to breathe instead of the extra humid air. All right. So we see anybody else coming in? Technically, we've got 2 more minutes. So who's new to this class? Who hasn't come to this yoga and meditation yet? Paul, did you come 2 weeks ago? Oh, Have you come to the yoga and meditation class? No,
You have.
you did.
I've been here Thursdays.
I didn't think he had come with you, but I thought you came by yourself.
No, I haven't been, Nancy.
Oh, you haven't been, that's right. That's right. I guess we talked about it so much that I just kind of thought you've been. So this class is structured a little differently than the Monday class. Monday's class is focused more on our asana practice, more on the physical poses and movement, where this class focuses on another path of yoga, and that being movement in combination with meditation. So our meditation practice, it takes time to practice finding some quiet space. So just like our physical practice of finding strength, building strength, balance, all the things that we are looking to build upon in our physical practice, to be able to quiet the mind to a point where it doesn't agitate us. It takes practice, it takes time. So the structure of this class, we start off with a grounding exercise. So typically seated, or I might have us start on our backs sometimes, but finding an opportunity to ground and find our breath. And then we transition into a little bit of slow flow. So we will incorporate some movement. And then the last 20 minutes is really reserved then for a silent meditation, well, guided, and then moving into silent, and then a shavasana at the end. So I've been introducing different techniques. We've explored, I think 2 weeks ago, we did like a yoga nidra into the meditation, and we were on our backs, but then came to finish seated. So just playing around with different styles. So this morning's class, I thought I would introduce a path of yoga called Bhakti yoga. Bhakti yoga is devotional yoga, and it dates back to the origins of yoga. So there's thought, from the Indian root, from roots in India. If Satish was here, he could further explain it. But that's what they started with. They didn't start with the physical. They started with the devotional. And that by itself is a form of yoga. And Bhakti yoga can be done with chanting. It can be done with reciting mantras. It can be done through meditation. And in its simplest form, it is the devotion to unconditional love. And just the beauty of tapping into that unconditional love for yourself and for the world that we live in. So all beings. So it might not be, your mind doesn't have to go necessarily to a person in your life. It could be that tree that's right out there. It could be the infinite sky. It could be the sun. It's recognizing that we are greater than ourselves, and that we're devoting our practice to this higher self, higher being, higher, whatever it is that you're called to, because that is very individual. But we all can make a devotion. We can all make this devotion to some type of higher self. So in Hinduism, there's a Hindu, excuse me, a Hindu deity. His name is Shiva. And Shiva is considered the supreme lord who creates, protects, transforms the universe. So sometimes he's considered the person who breaks down, who destroys in order to rebuild. But he is revered. He is considered the top the top Hindu deity. And there's a chant to him or to that being, Om Namah Shivaya. So Om, we know that. Namah, N-A-M-A-H, Shivaya. And in the yoga practice, 108 is a revered number. If you ever see the beads, there's 108 of them. And they'll chant these mantras 108 times. So it's a form of bhakti yoga to do this kind of chanting, this repetition of mantras in the direction of unconditional love. So I thought it'd be an interesting practice to open today's class with, we're not going to chant it, but I've got it to play. And for us to, because it's a form of meditation, typically we ask, that you try and find a seat that you can be still in. It takes about 9 minutes for the 108 times. So if you're in Sukhasana, if you need to switch your legs at any point, if you need to switch your seat from Sukhasana to Heroes, or if you want to start in, anybody in Heroes? Heroes pose looks like this, where you have your blocks. And I recommend 2 blocks, putting it in between the ankles so that your spine is long and you're sitting like this. So if you wanted to start like that and then switch to Sukhasana, that's an option. But the chant, the mantra is essentially, I bow to the self. So as the mantra is playing, it's really beautiful to close your eyes or have your eyes fall to a soft gaze. And with each chant, check in with your breath, focus on your breath, focus on the sounds, focus on the words. And it's practice of self-exploration to see how your body and mind feels with this chanting. So find a seat that you can be comfortable in. So before it starts, let's just close our eyes, soft gaze, take a deep inhale through the nose. Sigh it out, audible sigh out through the mouth. Another inhale through the nose. And this time, exhale it out through the nose. And bring your awareness to your sits bones and your spine and just settle in. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 And as the chanting continues, notice if you're trying to hold yourself up, see where you can soften. See if your sits bones can root down a little bit more. Can you soften your brow muscle? The muscles behind the eyes. The jaw. Even letting the tongue drop away from the roof of the mouth. The shoulders softening away from the ears. Feeling your breath start in your low belly. Moving up through the rib cage to the collarbone. Back down. Collarbone, rib cage, belly. You're welcome to join the chant at any time. You feel called to do that, or humming with it. Creating your own vibration, your own sound. Inviting in unconditional love into your heart space. Maybe imagining nostrils directly into your heart. So with each inhale and exhale, inviting in this unconditional love, this loving devotion. At any point you want to place your hands over your heart or in prayer at your heart center, you can do that. See if you can focus that space between your eyebrows. For these last couple of minutes of the chant, let's all bring our hands to heart center and bring your thumbs up to the third eye, that space in between the eyebrows. Just take a moment here, directing your devotion and love to this space. for space for intuition. And then lowering the thumbs to your lips. Calling to speak authentically. And then to our heart, bowing to this unconditional love in our heart space. Let's create our own vibration with the sound of Om. So take a full inhale and exhale it out. And then we'll Om on the next exhale. Let's try one more Om. Just see if you can reach down and have that Om come from your low belly. So take an inhale. And set your intention for this practice today as it relates to devotion. So instead of something that you're working on, instead devoting, making this devotion to all of creation. Slowly flicker the eyes open, rejoining the space. How was that for everybody? Yeah? Anybody restless through it a little bit? Yeah. Anybody find themselves at one point like, oh, like, where'd I go? So this chanting, a repetition of a mantra, and especially if you're able to think about directing it to a higher self as it's happening, it's an opportunity to connect to something bigger than ourselves. And by doing that, we clear space. We bring that calm, we clear space to, to accept what is more than focusing on what's to come. Last night, my daughter's 15, sophomore, and all she was doing was focusing on all the work that she had ahead of her. And I said, then you're not able to just then focus on what you're working on if you're thinking about all of that. It's like when you're doing something and thinking about what you're making for dinner. So it's a beautiful form of yoga, this chanting. So let's move a little bit. Let's find tabletops and just get into our hips a little bit. So finding that alignment and then rocking forward. Bring your hips over to the right, back by your heels to the left. And just make these circles, organic circles. And then reverse the circle, direction of the circle. Just finding those areas of the body that are a little tight, need a little extra love. And then taking your knees as wide as your mat toes to touch, push your seat to your heels. Finding child's pose, sinking down, let the low belly move toward the mat, let your forehead move toward the mat. Maybe keep the arms extended, so making this child's pose a little bit more active. If you need a block under the forehead to adjust, feel free to do that. And again, just keeping in that mode of, as you inhale and exhale, sending this devotion of love into your body. Inhale to lift up. Halfway, walk your fingertips over to the right. Lower back down, reaching a little further with the left hand, stretching and opening this left side. Breathe into the rib cage. Giving a little bit more space to our muscles that are in our rib cage, those intercostal muscles that tend to get compressed. Inhale to lift back up halfway, to walk your fingers back through center and over to the left. And then lowering the torso on this left thigh. If you find that your right sits bone is lifting up really high, then just ease out of the forward stretch so that you can push that right sits bone toward the right heel. And then focus on this right side, getting length, breathing into the rib cage and those muscles. And when we open up the rib cage and these muscles, it aids in our digestive. Inhale to lift back up, walk back to center, rock up to tabletop. Extend the right leg behind and lift it up, just hip height. And then draw this right knee into your chest and step that right foot forward in between your hands, lifting up to place the hands on your right thigh. So find some balance here. Soften your shoulders. Press into your right foot and press it at the top of the left foot for stability, drawing the hips toward the midline. And then bringing hands by the ears, extending the arms straight up. So lengthening the arms, but not bringing our shoulders up to the ears. Inhale, on your exhale, drop the right arm behind you as you twist open to the right, arms wide. Inhale, arms up by the ears. And then exhale, lower down, bring that right knee back in line with the left. Find a cow and cat. So inhale, lift the crown, tilt your tailbone up for cow pose. And exhale, draw the belly in as you round the spine, tuck chin to chest. And back to neutral. Extend the left leg behind you, lift it up so your hips are level. Draw that left knee into your chest, move that left foot between your hands. When you're ready, feeling rooted, lift up, hands on this left thigh. Just take a moment to find stability here. So pressing into the left foot, pressing into the top of the right foot. Feel the hips come toward the midline. And then let's bring our hands by the ears, lifting the arms up. Soften the shoulders, draw the belly in. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, lower this left arm, lower right arm, twist open to the left. Palms open, facing the TV. And then inhale, lifting that left arm by the ear. And lower down. Bring the left knee back in line with the right, another cow and cat. Inhale, lift the crown of the head, tilt the tailbone up. Draw the navel in, round the spine. Really open up across the upper back. One more, cow and cat. And then we're going to extend the right leg again behind us, lifting it up. So as if we're doing spinal balance, but then cross the right leg behind the left. So don't turn the head yet. Notice where your shoulders are. So keep the shoulders squared facing forward, and now begin to look over your left shoulder, catching a glimpse of the big toe of your right foot and finding a nice stretch for this right side. But we don't want to collapse in it, so keep your arms straight. So if that right elbow is bending a little bit, straighten that out to keep the shoulders square. So keep the shoulders square here. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more full inhale and exhale. Inhale that leg back to center. And then lower the toes to the mat and drop that right heel down. So feeling the stretch in the back of the right leg as you drop, push that heel down. And then rock forward, bring that right knee in line with the left. Extend the left leg behind you and lift that left leg up. Level out your hips, flex that left foot. Now cross it behind the right, but notice your shoulders, see how you're still in this full arm extension. Now turn the head. Getting this side bend for the other side. Beautiful, everyone. Breathe in. So those right toes, the left toes, see if they can push into the floor to get a little stretch for those toes. And then inhale, lifting that left leg back up, dropping the toes down. And now drop that left heel toward the floor, push back. Should feel a good stretch for that calf muscle in the left leg. Breathe in and breathe out. And then inhale, rock forward, bring that left knee to meet the right, and then rotate. So everybody's wrist creases, the wrinkles in your wrist, they should be facing the top of the mat. Take a look at your elbow creases. Rotate your elbow creases so they're also facing the top of the mat, but your hands haven't moved. So see how you can rotate your elbow creases to rotate them so they face the wrist wrinkles. And now bend your elbows so your elbows stay hugging in to the sides of your body. Lower your chest and chin down. So holding here for a breath, inhale and exhale. And now on your inhale, slide forward so the hands are coming to the lowest set of ribs. So essentially knees, chest, chin. And then take your arms out wide and come up on your fingertips. So lift your wrists and tense your fingertips. Beautiful. And now slide your fingers in toward your body about halfway. So your elbows form a 90-degree angle and turn your fingers to face forward. We're going to do extended cobra pose. So press into the tops of your feet. Your kneecaps should lift off the mat a little bit, but the tops of your feet are staying pressing into the floor. And on an inhale, press into your fingertips, lift the upper body. So try and make this 90-degree angle, come up on your fingertips on it. And then lower down. So on this next one, I want you to imagine your breath in your lungs like a balloon. So on your inhale, that breath is lifting you up. Exhale, lower down. The inhale, that balloon is lifting you up. Nice, everyone. And exhale, lower down. One more time. Inhale, press into the tops of the feet. And exhale, lower down. Take the arms alongside your body. Turn a cheek to the mat. Rock the hips from side to side. And then turn the opposite cheek to the mat. And then bring the forehead to the mat. Slide your hands by your lowest set of ribs. Tuck your toes under and push up. So you're pushing your seat all the way back to your heels. So notice your arms are in full extension. Your spine is in full extension. Now press into your toes and lift your hips, coming into downward facing dog. So when you come in with that full extension, it helps give you that full extension in downward dog. And then with your breath, this last round, feel your hips move toward the ceiling just a little bit more. Feel tension moving out of your neck. And then lift your gaze to look at your hands and between your hands, just ahead of your hands, and walk one footprint at a time to the top of the mat. Inhale, lifting up halfway. And exhale, fold in half. Uttanasana. If you need a block under the hands to modify, go ahead and use that. And shake the head, yes. And shake the head, no. Donna, maybe try moving the feet a little closer together. So your legs aren't too wide. Beautiful. And bending the knees, rounding up to standing. So if you can take 2 breaths to get there. And finding Tadasana, standing with intention here. So lift your toes, fan them out. Drop one toe at a time to the mat. Lengthen down through your tailbone. Pressing into all 4 corners of your feet. Feeling the energy lift up the legs. Inhale, float the arms overhead. And exhale, this time diving into Uttanasana. So take the arms out wide. Feel yourself hinge at your hips. Feel yourself leading with the heart down into your forward fold. So when we do that, we're keeping the length in our spine. Inhale, lift up to a flat back. And exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, and come all the way down to the floor. Come all the way down onto your back. Grab that strap, have it to the side of you. And draw your knees into your chest. Rock from side to side. So wind relieving pose. Extend your left leg out onto the mat. Drawing right knee into your chest. Lift your forehead up to your knee. And then lower the head, extend this right leg out onto the mat. Draw the right knee back in, lift your forehead up to meet your knee. And then lengthen, so lengthen the leg out onto the mat, let the head drop down. One more time on this right side, draw that knee in, interlace the fingers over the chin, lift your forehead up to the knee. And lower down, extend right leg out onto the mat. Left side, draw that knee in, interlace the fingers over the left shin, draw the forehead up to meet the knee. So see if we can do our inhales as we lengthen. And then our exhale as we bend the knee, draw the forehead up to meet the knee. Inhale, lengthen the leg out onto the mat. And exhale, hug that knee in, lift the forehead to meet the knee. And lengthen. So bring that left foot to the mat, bending the left knee. Draw the right knee into your chest. Turn the right knee out to the side, making a figure 4. So resting the right ankle just off of the left thigh. And flex this right foot. Take your right hand, gently press it on the inside of this right knee, opening up this hip. Take your right hand, place it down where your right thigh meets your hip crease, your hip bone, and press the palm, the base of your right palm into that right thigh and push it up. And then bring that right knee into your chest. Take your strap. Bring it around the ball of your right foot. Slowly extend this right foot up to the ceiling. So your hands are grabbing at the 2 sides of your strap. So left hand grabs the left side of the strap. Right hand grabs the right side of the strap. And push the ball of the foot into the strap. And now grab the strap in your right hand. Take your left hand to the floor. And start to let this right leg fall out to the side. Maybe bring your hands up closer to your foot. So keeping more of a 90-degree angle as this right leg comes out to the side. And inhale, lifting that right leg back up. Slide the left foot out so your left leg's extending and switch the grasp. Take the strap in your left hand. Take the right arm out to the side, this time in line with your shoulder, and start to let the right leg come all the way over to the left, rolling onto the left side of your body, coming into a spinal twist. So this right leg now dropping over if you need a block or so let your body roll all the way up to your left side. So make your left leg effortless. Let any effort in that left leg go. Beautiful. Breathing into this twist. And with that right arm, keep it where it is, flip the palm up. See if that helps that shoulder to relax. So our twists really help our digestive system. So a little self-care, a little self-love right now for our intestines, our stomach. Inhale, lifting that right leg up, rotating back onto our back. And then let that strap go, bend the right leg and extend that right leg out onto the mat. Windshield wiper the feet from side to side. Shake the legs out a little bit. And then draw the right foot in a little closer, plant it on the floor. So that right knee is bent, facing the ceiling. Lift the left knee in toward your chest and turn it out to make the figure 4 on this side. So your left ankle bone is just past the right thigh. Flex the left foot. Take your left hand, press it to the inside of this left knee. And then slide it down so the base of your palm is right at the top of your thigh muscle, your quad muscle, where it meets the hip bone, and gently press in and up. Helps to open up the psoas muscle a little bit and the pelvic. And relax. And then bring this left knee into your chest so you can take your strap, wrap it around the ball of the left foot. Holding the strap in both hands on either side of the leg, and then pressing the ball of the foot into the strap to lengthen this left leg. And now grabbing the strap in the left hand, take the right hand down to the floor for support, palm face down, and begin letting that left leg come out to the side, pressing into the right foot for a little support. Opening up this left hip. Inhale, lift that left leg back up to center. Switch the grasp. So take the strap in your right hand. Take your left arm out to the side, straight out from your shoulder, palm face up, and then extend the right leg out onto the mat. Bring this left leg across to the right, rolling on to the right side of your body and coming into the twist on this side. Noticing how this side feels versus the other side. Allowing this right leg now to be effortless. And either the gaze is looking up at the ceiling, or maybe even looking out over the left arm. Two more full breaths. See where else you can soften. Where are you feeling the stretch? Inhale that left leg back up. Release the strap, hug both knees into your chest. And then begin to rock forward and back, so hands under the knees and rocking on our spine, massaging it, getting enough momentum to bring us up to a seat. So coming to Sukhasana here. Moving into our silent part of our meditation. So if you need to support your knees in this seat, you can bring the legs a little bit closer in like that, and then use your blocks under your knees as an option. however you need to support. And then we're gonna move in using our bumblebee breath. So our bumblebee breath is a way to create a vibration in the body. The way we do it is we take second, third, fourth fingers and gently rest. So watch first, we're resting over our eyes. Our eyes can be open or closed. Your pinkies will rest right here above your upper lip. And then your thumbs close your ears. So you gently press against, so just try that a minute with your thumbs. Press the ears closed and just make a humming sound. So you feel that vibration in the body. Okay. So you can hum at all different levels. You can move from a try all different pitches. And we'll do this for about a minute. I'll ring the bell when we're done. So close the eyes, close the ears. Begin to make the humming sound. Make sure you take your inhales in between. Just keeping your eyes closed, moving your hands to any mudra that you like. So palms face down on the knees or face up, or you can have one down, one up. Or the hands can rest in the palms, just above your heels. Or you can take what's called Ghana Mudra, where you bring your index finger to your thumb, extending third, fourth, fifth fingers, palms face up. So taking any mudra, making any last movements, beginning our silent meditation. I'll ring the bell when we've completed 3 to 4 minutes. Transitioning to your back. If you brought a towel or a blanket, you're welcome to place that over your body or fold it over your hips. Coming back to this devotion to unconditional love. Noticing any sounds or smells around you, but then bringing your attention to your breath in its natural state. As we begin to allow the earth to support us in this rest pose, slowly slide your mind through your body and notice where your body meets the ground. On each out breath, let your weight drop down into the ground. Let the earth hold you. No need to grip. No need to clench. No need to prop yourself up anywhere. Let your body land on the ground. Let your breath fill your body. The ground holds you, so your breath can fill you. Feel the earth holding you. Let your body land completely, nothing to do, nothing to get, no more work. Notice how you feel. Words from one of my teachers from her book, Deep Listening. So this idea of learning to be supported by the ground, to live in a different way where we become more available to ourselves so that we can be more available to others. So those times in our life when we're agitated, stressed, to invite in compassion and love for ourselves, for people we're interacting with, and exploring how the reactions might be different. Behaviors may shift. Begin to deepen your breath and invite small movement back in. Maybe bring your hands to your belly to feel that deeper breath. Create a rise and fall. And just taking a moment here to connect to the timeless divinity of all things. If at any point in today's practice, when you felt that clearing of the space in your mind, understanding how that brings in calm and less worry. And then start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Circle the wrists and ankles. Maybe inhale the arms overhead, taking a long stretch. Drawing the knees into your chest. Rolling onto your right side. Take a couple deep breaths there before bringing yourself back up to a seat. When you come up to your seat, maybe keeping the eyes closed or at a soft gaze, bringing hands to your heart center. Bowing the head toward your heart. Taking a moment to recognize, acknowledge how important self-care is to take care of our bodies. Lifting the thumbs up to the third eye, pausing here in prayer for inspiration, and lowering to our mouth to speak our authentic voice. And then back down to our heart center, reminding us to always move with loving kindness. Let's seal the practice with one Om. So take a full inhale, clear out the breath, exhale it out. And then inhale. The divine light in me sees the divine light in each of you. Thank you so much. Namaste. Thank you. Beautiful class. Thank you all so much. So if you did like that chanting a little bit, if you're interested in exploring more of that, so that I've talked about the studio that I teach at Love Yoga. We have a wonderful event happening a week from Friday, or not 2 weeks from this Friday, 2 weeks from tomorrow, the 16th, Friday night, the 16th. So this couple, Gina Minyard and her husband, Yershan, are coming down to do first an hour and 15 minutes of mantra music with yoga, so with movement. And then 7:30 to 8:30 a kirtan. And a kirtan is when it's music and chanting for the whole hour without any movement, with doing what we did this morning. So I think it's gonna be wonderful. And the really wild small world coincidence is Gina was my first instructor when I moved to Atlanta 22 years ago. So, and even then, like as a 20 something, she was, you could just tell like that it was her path. So for 20 years later now, I can only imagine how deep her practice is. And it's a night, and they're advertising it as Bhakti Yoga and the night of devotional prayer and stuff. So
Sign up for, or how do you?
I would probably register in advance, and you can do it on the Love Yoga website. So if you search Love Yoga Naples, the website will come right up, and then you'll see our schedule and you can register for it. Yeah. And you can register for one or the other or both. So